Good morning. Let's have a look at yesterday. Day off for me. Some very interesting angles, particularly in Italian Serie B, which is a template for how we're going to be approaching the last days of the season throughout Europe. First port of call, Leeds United. There's no trading angle in there really yesterday, with a comfortable lead for Leeds and a late consolation for Burnley. Excellent result for Leeds United. Should see them sorted for survival. In the Irish Premier Division, Galway and St Pat. St Pat's took a 2-0 lead. They've been a side I've been looking to follow this Irish Premier Division. Very sloppy of them. 95th minute concession for that 2-2. Bohemians and Derry City. There was a red card involved, but that wasn't academic to the scoreline. The goals coming before the red card. And indeed, Derry City scoring first with the beautiful Irish name, Olayinka. And Strods equalising 52nd minute. All about the in-play stats, this one. You've got a 1.7 home favourite, so you're automatically slanted towards them. In-play stats will suggest to you whether they are performing like odds-on favourites, Bows. So possibility of an equaliser there yesterday against Derry City. I told you about Irish derbies, didn't I? Cork City and Cove Ramblers. It's a local derby. Now, when you know that, taking on Cove Ramblers now gives you a second or a pause for thought. Let's see whether the goal was early enough for us to have attacked it. Well, no, it was a 76-minute penalty from Dylan McGlade. Bet he smells nice. Oh, Dylan. So, the safest low-risk angle would have been a very, very late lay of Cove Ramblers in reaction to any improved Cork City stats. So, a gentle reminder to you about local derbies. They can produce some shock results. Wexford, that was starred yesterday along with Bray against Treaty United. Let's have a look and see how that Bray match eventuated. Because I did star Bray. Well, it was an opening goal for Treaty United with a Bray equalising and Bray pushing on with Daniel Ring and Robbie Lynch equalising. So we did get a come from behind for Bray yesterday, who were starred. So if you fancied a bit of that at 1.58 at home, that was available. Pisa and Lecce, it would be a great surprise to me if we saw a goal before half-time. That's how I tend to attack these matches. Lay over 0.5 goals. Get a 0-0 at half-time. If you get a 0-0 at half-time, you can lay the draw second half for a free punt. If the match does not end in a score draw, you will win, having laid the draw at odds far, far lower than you'll have ever got at the start of the match. So watch out for this. It'd be great if I could show you this in a live stream at some point. Now, SerieA. I don't know where that came from. SerieA B. It's 2 matches. As we're looking at this, 2 matches remain this season. This is what I call moving day. All of the matches starred have greater significance than the other matches. The matches which stood out last night or yesterday would have been 0-0 at half-time, Empoli-Avellino. Empoli absolutely bossing this. And if we bring the standings up, you can see the importance of 3 points for Empoli. Bearing in mind there's a match to go. So that's their thought process. There's a match to go. Let's get ourselves up to 40 points at least, because that is the exit point. They've only realistically got Entella to worry about, with the goal difference with Bari so significant as to not be troublesome for Empoli. So you see the significance of suddenly winning yesterday. And they lit up everything, stats-wise. Frosinone, was this a late goal for Froz? Because this will change their season as well. It's a 73rd minute Gabriella Bracaglia goal. And now that changes their whole complexion of their season. Frosinone, if we can bring up the standings there, just to show you. Frosinone are now in the automatic promotion places. Sides now who start collecting L's when they're in the top 8 are going to be hugely disadvantaged. Look how many, 4 L's for the top 8 with only 1 match remaining. This is Modena, for example, Palermo. Frosinone getting that late winner. So you could have laid that draw yesterday in that one. Mantova and Monza, this is the kind of match I look for. We've got a 1.71 away favourite. Yes, Modena could do with some points, but they're already job done. Oh, Mantova, my apologies. Mantova could do with the points, yes, fair enough. But they're not, while Avellino remain on 46, Mantova's win, vitally important. But it was a great match to trade because we've got the carrot of automatic promotion. He'll be on the same points, Monza, with a win. Now 2-0 down. Monza, that's your entry point. 2-0. Why? Well, if Mantova pull it off, you've entered the market at low enough liability not to be too troublesome. But if they bring it back to 2-2, which they did, you're going to get a whopping payout. Then you'd lay the Desmond 2-2 because, as we've already explained, the great need for both teams realistically. Mantova is still in with a shot, even more so now. It was a must-win for Mantova, more so than Monza yesterday. Another side delivering, Palermo against Catanzaro. Let's have a look at the importance of this one for Palermo up the top here. 72 points. Now, their worry, they don't have a worry anymore. So watch out for Palermo at the end of the season. 72 plus 3 is 75. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to be pressured either. So season over for Palermo next match. So that's something I'll be pointing out to you when we have the last day of the season in SerieA B. Viking, job done against Rosenborg. Always worth keeping an eye out on. Girona and Mallorca, all about the in-play stats here, whether you wanted to take on a Mallorca lead and indeed the timing of any Mallorca goal. Was it late? Was it early? Well, 43rd minute. That gives you something to think about at half-time. You've got yourself a 15-minute break. Check out 1, in-play stats for Girona. 2, in-play stats for Mallorca. 3, the standings. Is there any actual motivating factor for Girona to make them want to fight back? Well, indeed, there is. They're a little bit too near the relegation zone. 4-point gap is comfortable enough. But Mallorca, with that win yesterday, equal points. Now, with Elche and Girona, well, they still can't be caught. So a crucial win there yesterday. La Liga 2, Deportivo La Coruña were the standout stars there yesterday. Andorra against Albacete would have been down to the in-play stats because of the pre-match odds. Was there a reaction? Was the goal early enough? So let's see. No. Well, it's a goal time you won't really react to. 86 minutes, perfectly timed for the underdog to get a result there. So Andorra in a spot of bother. How impactful has this been? Well, very impactful, to be honest, because had they got a win yesterday, that would be on 58 points and they could still attack, just about attack, Burgos on 61. But that dream is gone now with only 1 match. Is it 1 match? No, there's plenty of matches remaining. I'm getting it mixed up with that previous league. So plenty of action and some important considerations in Italian Serie B, which we're going to be applying to England. So it's an important day today. Our focus should be on teams with need. The Premier League today sees 2 London derbies impacting the playoff places for Brentford, relegation places for West Ham, title ambitions for the Arse, and Fulham a season petering out. As you know very well, with derby-style matches, you saw Cork against Co-Bramblers, the underdog winning. I'm not going to be researching derby-style matches, even though it's a rather obvious Arsenal 1.48. The usual odds you see for the Arsenal this season, about 1.4 to 1.5. Newcastle against Brighton is a 2.55 the favourite match. Now, up to you if you want to trade that. It's a total head scratcher, isn't it? Newcastle having an appalling season. Got to do something in front of home support. They're not in Europe either. Wolves and Sunderland. Have a look at the standings for Sunderland. I think it's job done, isn't it? They're hovering towards the European places, for goodness sake. No worries about relegation with the Black Cats. With the entry point at 49, if they can get rid of this two-match losing streak, Sunderland, they could be knocking on the door of Europe. They've got a good opportunity against a Wolves side, as you know, already relegated. So it's a tricky Premier League today. It's not a coupon I like, particularly London derbies as well. And we've got the Champions League factor for Arsenal as well. In the Championship, this is all about the last match of the season, and we've got to be extremely cautious that we focus only on teams who will be impacted hugely and change their season with 3 points. So bring up the coupon or bring up the standings, and we'll be using the live standings in the live stream, and you'll see league positions change as the goals come in. So Blackburn and Leicester, for me, it's season over for those two. Thankfully for Blackburn, season over, they can rest safely. So I wouldn't be playing that match at all. Bristol City, 13th place, not going to be going anywhere at all. Stoke find themselves 55, mid-table mediocrity. So the first 2 matches already nothing to impact. Now we're getting to a match of importance. Derby against Sheffield United. 69 points for Derby, but the entry point at 70 for Wrexham. This is a crucial must-win for Derby in the last day of the season. Playing the Black Cats, the Blades, who have very little to play for. So Derby, this is going to be as nervy as bleep for Derby today. Hull and Norwich. Norwich will be absolutely gutted. Too much good work, too late. And a draw last match has scuppered their playoff hopes for this season. So it's a season finished for Norwich, but Hull, everything to play for, you can quite clearly see. Ipswich and QPR. Well, Ipswich got the automatic promotion place to look at. So already it's a huge match of importance. Millwall and Oxford. Now, any match of importance, I've done a small Opal AI report for members. If you find that useful, let me know. Millwall, again, vying for the automatic promotion spot. So everything to play for. Portsmouth and Birmingham. I think this is season over. It is for Birmingham. Pompey, season over for them. So we ignore Portsmouth and Birmingham. Preston and Southampton, no, it's not season over, but Southampton, with that draw in their last match, they can't go anywhere. They can't get themselves up into that playoff place. So it's season over for Southampton. I would expect them to field a weakened side today. Preston North End, season over. With the playoffs in mind, got to rest the likes of Larin, who was very impressive up front for the Saints. Sheffield Wednesday and West Brom. Well, West Brom are safe. Sheffield Wednesday are down. So it's a dead rubber. Swansea against Charlton. Charlton are safe. The Swans can't reach 6th place. Season over. Watford against Coventry. Let's have a look. Coventry are already up. Job done. Watford I can't see Watford. There they are. Mid-table mediocrity, season over. Wrexham and Middlesbrough, this is what it's all about. Wrexham with a win. Have to stave off Hull. Derby, the two sides that can grab them. And in the opposing ring, a Middlesbrough with a win, who could possibly go into the automatic promotion spots if they win. So that is a crucial match. So now you see we've whittled it down to a lot of dead rubbers and a lot of matches of importance. We do the same for English League 2 as well. English League 2, we've whittled it down to matches of importance. The vast majority of these are to do with the playoffs, minus, of course, the likes of Exeter. Plymouth is a standout for me with Northampton already relegated. Plymouth have to get points today. All of these starred, or at least one of these teams, if not both, have to get 3 points for some reason. English League 2 as well will go through and shortlist this one. Outside chance of Barrow getting out. The goal difference is ridiculous, but still mathematically possible for Barrow to win. But it'll have to be a huge win. And for Crawley to lose emphatically themselves. I might just star Barrow and Crawley. So we'll do that. We'll work our way down. Bromley and Walsall, anything to play for there. We just need matches of importance. No, Walsall, job done. And Bromley, I think, are already automatically promoted. Cheltenham and Colchester. Cheltenham mid-table and Colchester can't trouble the judge. Crawley and Salford. Well, I expect Salford to do something. Automatic promotion with a win for Salford. So automatically, boom, there it is there. And trying to take Cambridge United's place, Salford. Cambridge United have been very, very effective for the Trader this season. Let's see if they can continue that this afternoon. Fleetwood against MK Dons. Well, dead rubber for MK Dons, dead rubber for Fleetwood. Gills and the Shrews. They're both safe as hares. Gills and the Shrews, Harrogate and Barnet. Barnet, 73 points. With the entry point at 76, they can still get into the top 7. Old Alf Barnet. So we're going to be starring this match. It's a tricky one for them today, as the market suggests. It's very tough to split. Notts County and Bristol Rovers. Notts County, yes, with a win, go to 82. Automatic promotion awaits. Of course, other results will have to rather conveniently go their way, but while it's possible, it's gettable. Oldham and Accrington. Accrington have been gettable all day long. That's my angle with them. But season over, it's a dead rubber for Oldham. Don't have to bust a gut. Swindon do have to bust a gut. This is your archetypal winner takes it all. This is an ABBA trade. One of them is in the playoffs. One of them is outside the playoffs by 1 point. The winner will, Chesterfield will guarantee themselves playoff. Swindon will get themselves in the playoff places and swap places with Chesterfield. All dependent on what Barnet do as well, because they can still do something. So this is an absolute crucial match. And Tranmere and Grimsby, anything for Grimsby to motivate them. They will go to 80 points with a win today. They will still have to win because they can be caught. So we've whittled down the lower tiers into matches of importance only. I would recommend you do not play dead rubbers. All 4 odds-on favourites in France today. 3 of them in the Côte d'Azur. Well, 2 of them in the Côte d'Azur, 1 of them playing in the Côte d'Azur against title hopefuls Lens. Plenty going on there. I'll be up and around for that. Bundesliga as well. I'm just running out of time. Full coverage, full research at FootballTradingProfits.com. See you for a live stream at 2:30 p.m.